There are a lot of videos about River Street, the bars and restaurants and the tourism, but one thing that's really interested me that I've never checked out is the back alleys. So behind me is River Street, and we're in the back of all these restaurants and shops and stuff, and you're gonna see this. A lot of these stairs connect the businesses on the front side towards Bay Street with River Street, but not too many people actually go to what's between. So I've noticed something over here. So a lot of these doors say private residence or appear to be homes or condos, but then you see lock boxes next to all of them. So what I'm assuming is that a lot of these are rental properties. People vacationing can rent a condo overlooking the river and be right by River Street. So you can see as I'm coming out of here, parts of these roads have been redone. Look at this. It appears to be cobblestone, but it's just cement, just shaped like it. But then here, this looks like it's more original. You can see this door looks as old as these streets. Whatever was in there is abandoned. I can kind of see through the cracks. It's locked up, but you can see. This would have been a shipping port during slavery, Revolutionary War, Civil War. You can only imagine what happened in these alleys. It was time for a little break. It felt really different walking through the alleys, but it was funny to know that the River Street that I'm familiar with was only a couple feet away. It's really crazy to think about. These streets have had a never-ending flow of people from all around the world coming in and out for almost 300 years. It would be impossible to ever know how many people actually came through here. So there's a couple of really interesting things about these storage areas or storage containers. First of all, despite what the signs tell you out there, these were actually used to store slaves. So people would be brought over on ships and then they'd be kept captive in here, and these doors behind me that are wide open would actually be sealed. And I heard that there was a passage through these top vents here where they'd actually take people out. Even post end of slavery, these were still used with the illegal slave trade for a while. Another interesting thing is that these are so old, and since we're close to the water, you can actually see the mineral buildup on the wall as it's just been leaking through for centuries. Well, it's really beautiful, but back to the alleys. Well, it's obvious to me that this isn't exactly the safest place to be walking around. So my first sketchy character screaming about something seems to be gone now. Well, right now, the main purpose down here might be air conditioning. Just imagine what these steps were once for. The people who have walked up, the places they came from. Alright, well, looks like we're reaching the end of the back alley here. So I'm going to check out this park. That's probably the last thing we'll see today. Well, this is opening up more, so why don't we take some of these steps and check out the top.
If you take all the areas surrounding River Street and Bay Street, this might be the most underappreciated. Somehow, with all these large trees, this area manages to be quiet, even though it's right next to a busy road. Featuring a few statues and monuments, it's definitely something you should check out.
Well, I've made it all the way down to the other end. This park here has a notable statue a lot of people seem to know about, but there's not too much past here, so we've done the whole thing. But here's the famous waving girl statue. And we've made it to our last stop for today's journey. This is the cauldron that was used here in Savannah during the 1996 Atlanta Olympics. Even though the Olympics themselves were held in Atlanta, a lot of the watering, yachting events and the rowing stuff happened here in the river. So this was lit with the same flame that was brought over from Greece, burned all the way from Greece to here, and it was lit and it stayed lit throughout the entire Olympic events. So thanks for enjoying River Street with me. I'm a little tired now, but it was a lot of fun, and hopefully we'll see you soon.